Hello everyone, welcome back to Timberborn. Welcome to the Hollows. Here we are playing as Folktails on hard mode. It is Cycle 14. A 15 days drought just started. We have like 50 beavers and almost 4,000 of water in storage, so we are well prepared. And well, where we left off in my last video, we started pumping some bed water in this crater. And with that we can produce extract and explosives, set up a bunch of automation for some of our industrial buildings, as well as the grills and the food production over here, so that these buildings are basically automatically paused if we have full storage and the beavers can just do something else. Then we spent quite some time dealing with this pumping area, and I sort of wanted the water level to go higher in here, which meant we had to put impermeable floor all over this place, because this is the lowest layer where the water is flowing, so it was kind of flooding. But now everything seems to be stable. It was a bit challenging and it took quite some trial and error to make it work, but it seems stable for now, so let's see how will it do in the next temperate season, I guess. And well, finally we are working on this long-term project of like a second layer of this dam, and eventually I'd like to just fill it up with more water. Alright, I feel like we might be able to make some good progress on this dam, seeing how we have so many logs in storage. And while building that, I'd like to look at our central housing area, let's say, and the food storage over here. Also, I forgot to set this to store paper. Where is it? Right, paper right there. Alright, I was rebuilding some storage over here. So, back over here, I'm somewhat thinking we should probably get some proper food storage, unlock those large warehouses and just get those going. And I'm somewhat looking at this corner over here. I think that's going to be a pretty good spot for these warehouses, and it's nearby the housing area. It's connected with the zip line, so it seems pretty convenient to have it over here. At first we will need to move these buildings though, so let's create some space and build a builder's hut there, for example. Holding post there. I will probably move it again, but it's fine for now. So let's highly prioritize this so that we can build it. And well, this inventor can be just gone. Don't need it anymore. We have the observatory. Right, now let's just remove everything. Don't forget to pick up the rubble, and let's start getting these large warehouses. I think like so. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Can connect the path via there. And actually, these lodges, I think I'm going to remove those and build another, let's say, double lodge like so. As I feel like I'm just going to get a 4th zipline station over here just to make it, I don't know, complete, I would say. I think we might use another zipline station eventually in the future, so let's just do it. Alright. So focus on that after building these. And let's see, let's get the beavers built first, because I don't really want to have homeless beavers. Alright, the double lodge is ready. Let's remove these. And let's see about the decorations, if this is covered by everything. Let's check the shrub, it's right there. We will need a lantern, alright. One over there. The scarecrow is over here, so you can get one there. beaver statue right there, so that's fine. Maybe we could even unlock the bulletin pole. Yeah, why not? We have the signs, and let's just complete maybe all the decorations that I want to have. Okay, so we can have one like so. It would cover just these two lodges though. Might be better over here. Yeah, we can cover like these three like so. And this one can cover these lodges. Alright, and well over here. I guess in the back is the best so that we can cover that as well. However, I'm not sure if we are able to build it. Well, it says it should be possible. Oh, I guess they can come over here and build it like from the corner. Alright, that's fine then. Let's do that. And finally we are missing, I think, just the weather vane. Let me see. Aesthetics. Yeah, bulletin pole, so we have those now, and weather vane, alright. And of course those roofs everywhere. So let's unlock weather vane as well. There it is, 250 science. And I'm sort of thinking I'd like to build it like on top of the houses. Right, we can't fit the roof inside. Can we do it over here? Oh, we can do it there. Okay, so this is going to be like that, and we can, yeah, build it on top. And then have this tiny little roof in the background. It's going to be pretty good. However, we will need some platforms to get there for sure. Okay, and let's get up and just build everything. Let me pause that so that they can build the roof first. Now over here we can have one in front of the bulletin pole. Or maybe we could build it like on top of that with another platform. I think that's going to be pretty good. However, can't really get the roof in here because of the terrain. Well, like we could squeeze another lodge. Where is it? Well, that might look interesting. Yeah, and then we could have a roof. Actually, like so. And then just a tiny little roof there. Or we could even get another, I don't know, shrub or something. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's looking pretty interesting. Alright, why not? And we can grow the population, I mean, let's get up to those 50 beavers. Now for the entrance to this lodge, let's see, let's get some platforms. Alright, that's pretty good. Well, I suppose we could get another lodge in here as well. If I'm filling up all these like empty areas, why not? Let's do it. And we can connect it easily with another double platform. And in the end we are still missing the rooftop terrace that used to be on these two lodges that I demolished. So, well, I can only see like one spot for it right now, and that's on top of these lodges, so let's do it. I think like so, and I will just rearrange these decorations again. Let's remove it because we will need a staircase to get to the terrace, and then right, let's get back the shrub, and we will need a scarecrow so we can have it right there. Finally, we are missing the last weather vane for these lodges, so we can have it like so. And let's pause the rooftop terrace for now so that they can build those first, and we will finish it after. Okay, seems good. That shall again boost our well-being, boost our beavers overall, more happiness. Yeah, let's also like get the zipline station like lowest priority, but just to have it planned that it's going to be there. Alright, a lot to build, so let's get going. Alright, I like how this is turning out so far. I think it's pretty cool, like those lodges sort of built in the cliff. Looking pretty cool, I like it a lot. And well, yeah, the warehouses are ready, some progress without them as well. So let's continue with those because we need, I believe, 8 warehouses in total to just cover all food types. So we will need 1, 2, that's 5, and I think we can have 6, 7, and then 8 over there. I think that's going to be pretty good. Now for these, as the terrain is sort of uneven, I mean I could use platforms, but I was sort of thinking maybe let's get like some storage down here. I'm not sure what for just yet, but yeah, we can get some more storage. Build those on top of that. We will need 1 platform. Actually, maybe we could move those grills around here and kinda connect it with this farmland, or I mean it is connected with this path, so it's not that far away and the beavers could just get there. Or we could even get another zipline station like around here somewhere, right? Which is not a bad idea. Yeah. I sort of like that. Okay, let's do that. Can we connect it to that one? Oh yeah, we can. And then we can connect it to this one. Going via there, and we can have those grills in this area. And have the small warehouse or the medium one for like the raw potatoes, raw spadadoc, and whatever is needed to be grilled. Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good setup to do. Okay. Actually, yeah, maybe let's move the zipline station because we could have a path in that direction and have something in here. Okay. Well, then there's the grills. 1, 2. Okay, that's going to fit perfectly. Right. So 3 grills, and that's going to be just perfect. And they can use the zipline station if needed, travel to here, store it in the warehouse. Very good. Then I was looking at the pumping area, and I mean I sort of wanted to store more water in here so that we can pump something during the drought and whatnot. But I never actually like set up the automation to work that way, so the water is stored in here, but for no reason really. The pumps are paused based on the automation how it is set up. So I'm thinking we can improve this by getting a depth sensor. Let's say where, I guess down here somewhere near those pumps. And I'm going to set it to measure if there is like any water at all. So if the water is basically not 0, right? If it's like anything else, then it's going to be turned on. And then I want these pumps to be on as well, but I also want to take into account other conditions. So this is going to be a bit tricky. We will need some more relays, I feel like. Right, so let's get another relay. Where do I put it? Oh, maybe right there. Although I might want to keep this area for another pump eventually, so let's get another platform around here. Relay on top of that, and I think I'm going to automate one pump to be, let me see it. So yeah, this relay is going to be thing or function is what I want, because I want it to be on during the temperate season, so using the weather station, or if there is still some water in this reservoir. So yeah, based on the depth sensor. So that shall allow this pump to be on during like droughts or bad tides until we pump all the water out. Okay, let's try this setup, and we can always improve it, of course. Good. And how is the water storage looking otherwise? Okay, this is still holding plenty of water. This is really good. How about this one? Yeah, this is getting lower. Obviously, this reservoir is not that large, but still, yeah, we shall be fine for those 5 days to go. Okay, I can see the automation kicked in over here. We needed to refill the irrigation pond, and now it was on for 1 day, and I can see the timer running out. It is paused again, and we have plenty of water in here. So just, yeah, seeing the automation in action again, it's always so, I don't know, satisfying to see it work. No good selected. Right, it's all those warehouses around here. Yeah, well, okay, let's set it up then. So let's just copy the settings basically. So chestnuts there. Copy settings for the spider dog, and let's copy settings for the potatoes. Right, so we can store like raw chestnuts, bring it with haulers. Can store some more in this one. This one can be, I don't know, those raw potatoes. Obtain, and finally these 4 raw spider dog, let's say. Obtain, copy, and paste there. Okay, seems good. Now looking at the construction of this dam, it's going rather slowly. I mean, because it's a large construction project, but also because the beavers can always sort of build like one slope of levees, and we can sort of help the beavers reach it in a better way. For example, over here I'm thinking we can get some platforms, let's say like that, and we will need it a bit higher to there. Okay, can get stairs and just get like a bridge so that they can reach like all these. Yeah, let's unlock this one, 400 signs. That's just not too bad, and it will help quite significantly to speed up the process. We could even get the bridge in here. Let's see. Right, and just speed it up. So focus on these bridges, and yeah, then we can continue building the dam. Well, the drought is almost over, the construction work continues, our new food storage is pretty much ready. But we have another problem, and that's actually over here in our industrial area. We're sort of completely out of power. If I look at our gravity batteries, like all the way down, we have just no power stored, and right now the wind turbines are working and producing some power, but it's just not enough, and if they don't work, then we are just completely out of power. Fortunately, the temperate season is back, so we will be able to use our water wheels again the next day. But this is just telling me we definitely need to build more wind turbines. And yeah, let's even get another gravity battery, I'd say. Well, we can get two, I suppose. Right, connected with power shaft and obviously some more wind turbines. So one there, one there. Okay, let's get 3. And then the stairs up so that we can get there. Platform, how do I do this? I suppose we need a platform like that. Okay, on we can get down over here. Alright, so cycle 15 begins. More power production shall be set up for the next route. And alright, let's come back to the food storage. I suppose we can start just demolishing these buildings. Alright, and we still need to empty this one last warehouse with this padlock, so let's wait for that. And yeah, pick up all the rubble. A lot of resources that would be wasted otherwise. Okay, and then I was also looking at this medium tank. I'm going to remove it and instead connect the grills with the path. So now, yeah, I suppose the beavers can have easier access from these lodges and whatnot. And probably remove even the second medium tank, and we can replace it with the large one again. I'm going to get it in our pumping area. I think over there looks good. Now here I noticed a flaw in my automation setup regarding these irrigation ponds. If I have a look at these floodgates, these are automated with the weather station to be opened once the temperate season starts. But as I can see, it's not really working in this case, because the drought was rather long, right, 15 days, so all the water sort of evaporated, and it takes, I don't know, like a day for the water to just flow back and refill the reservoir. So now what's happening, these floodgates are open, and we sort of emptied our irrigation pond into here. That means that the depth sensor obviously activated, it activated the flow dump, and he's like dumping the water in here, but it's just going into the reservoir. So this is just completely useless to do, and yeah, just wrong. And well, how to fix it? I'm thinking we can simply get another like depth sensor around there, for example. And I'm going to automate these floodgates with this depth sensor so that they open only if the water level in the reservoir is high enough and we can refill our irrigation ponds. Well, then I think we want this to be on once we measure the water level, I think above, let's say 1.3. Let me actually see this depth sensor. Alright, so it's set up to activate the flow dump once the water level in the pond is below 0.2. So yeah, if we set, where is it? If we set this one to measure water level above 1.3, then I think that should work perfectly fine. Right, and instead of the weather station, we are going to automate it with this one. No, yeah, because it's measuring below that, it's closed. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the fix for this. With the temperate season back again, I also wanted to just one more time have a look at the pumping area and well, the water in here, if it really works and is stable as it seemed to be in the end of the last temperate season. But let's just check it one more time. I can see the water level like raising again, then it's slowly going down. Yeah, the water level is always like changing, but I'm not seeing any flooding. Over here I can see this, that it's also like going all the way up, then going down and whatnot. But overall, I think it's just good. I think it simply works as it is set up right now. So let's maybe just not touch it anymore, I guess. No, yeah, I'm glad it works. Let's keep it as it is. Next, I notice we are somewhat, yeah, getting low on these ruins. I mean, there's still plenty of scrap metal to be gathered, but still, I feel like we should think about where we move next once this is gone. And I think the perfect next spot to move on are these ruins. We already have the zipline station over here. And yeah, we just need a staircase to get there and build another zipline station, I suppose. And this can be just connected easily. So I'm going to set it up just to be prepared once we run out of those ruins. Let's get it sorted. Get a large pile storing some scrap metal. Okay. Oh, and the zipline station, I completely forgot to connect it. Right, so let me actually, yeah, get rid of this connection and I will connect it there. So now all the lumberjacks can just store the logs in this underground pile. Alright, and the bedwater, yeah, still connected up here with the centrifuge and explosives factories and whatnot. Although it would still be probably good to connect the log storage with like the industrial area more directly, because we need those logs in the smelters, right, for the paper production, planks and whatnot. I mean, I still have this like small pile set to obtain logs. Maybe we can prioritize it by haulers so that they always like deliver some logs over here. But thinking about it right now, they kinda need to go there. Yeah, it's rather long. Maybe this can be like a shorter distance if we get another pylon somewhere over here. Maybe we could get the beam again. I like those beams. Let's see. Could get it like so. Okay, and then, well, it'd be nice to get it over here somehow. Could get another zipline station on top of the warehouse, maybe. Can I connect it to this beam? No, well, that was a bit ambitious, I suppose, but let's see. Could get the pylon there. Oh, that's going to be beautifully complicated. Right, I like that. So we can do that. Although, yeah, I don't know about this beam. I mean, I'll probably expand some industrial buildings in this direction, connected to this explosives factory. So yeah, maybe not the beam there. Let's just get another pylon. Or can I actually connect it directly? No, no, of course not. Yeah, these cliffs are just very high. Okay, I can get it there, right. Fine, let's do this connection. And we have a bedtide approaching. Very well. 3 days to prepare. But I mean, our bedtide automation setup is already in place and it was tested a couple of times, so I'm not too worried about that. And right, we still need to connect this zipline station with some sort of staircase. So let's see. We can get this pile of stairs, maybe like that. With a or we can get a platform above the pile, right? Well, we could go with an overhang then. Can't build an overhang like so. Ooh, that's inconvenient. Alright, then I suppose we will just go around like that. And no good selected way. What is this? Oh, the water anchor, of course. Store more water, please. Right, so now we have almost 5,000 water. Maybe we can get another one actually. Yeah, let's do it. We can't go wrong with having another larger water tank, right? It's just always going to be useful. Well, then I'd like to continue with the food storage, or, well, not really the storage, but food production, let's say. I think it's time to just unlock those gristmills and start planting some wheat and baking bread and kettle crackers and whatnot. And because these gristmills require power, I was sort of thinking we can get them like on top of these warehouses and connect them with power shaft like hidden inside of this cliff to our industrial area on top of the cliff, right? And to do that, I'm sort of thinking let's probably remove this lumber mill temporarily. I'll unlock the triple dynamite and let's just like blast a hole in here. And then once we get down, right, I'm going to also need the tunnel. Or 2000 science. Well, yeah, let's just do it. We have the science actually. We still have 1000 science left, so yeah, we will blast a tunnel there and just connect it with power shafts eventually. Right, and to get to those gristmills, we will need a path, obviously. So maybe, let's see, some sort of staircase behind this zipline station. I think that could work. Something like that, so now yeah, they can access it like from this zipline station, or I suppose they can go down towards the food storage because we will need bakeries as well to like bake the bread and those kettle crackers. So 160 signs, not bad at all. Well, we could get one like right there, or we can have it like on the opposite side. Suppose that might be slightly better. And on this warehouse we can instead get some like medium warehouses, or at least one maybe. Could have one on top like that as well. And over here we can just again store wheat so that yeah, these guys can just grab the wheat. And then yeah, the second one shall be kettle flour. Okay, let me also pause this gristmill because we need to blast the dynamite first. Alright, and then let's see. I guess we can get like a couple of small warehouses and then have one medium on top again, storing the cattle. And yeah, let's bring those platforms on the opposite side and just get those bakeries in here. So that's one. The second one, we can have it like that maybe. Connect it the wire there. And right, to get to the second floor of this warehouse, we will of course need some more stairs again. And let me see, yeah, we can detonate the first dynamite. Very good. Let's get another one. Alright, blast that, and I think we will need another triple dynamite. Or double, I think that's triple. So one more right there. Let's put it on a higher priority. Also probably the staircase over here and the tunnel. Yeah, I can see this is going to get blasted, so yeah, we don't need a tunnel there. Yeah, that's going to fit perfectly. Very good. The last triple dynamite is blasted. And then we will just, yeah, bring a vertical power shaft all the way up. And of course get the lumber mill back. Okay, the bedside started, and let's maybe watch our new like automation improvement for the water pumps. So I set it like with the depth sensor so that now one pump is still on even though it's like bedside. So yeah, the weather station is off, but because we are still measuring some water in this reservoir, it's connected with the relay, right, the O function, so it keeps pumping water and we can just pump everything. I think that's pretty good. I like that. Oh, this is flooding a little bit. Right, because these are still open. I guess we can automate it with the weather station. Like, these floodgates are automated to be closed during bad tides and droughts, and yeah, I think we shall do the same thing over here. So once this is alright, once the weather station is off, let's close that, and if it's open, let's keep it this 175, I suppose. Now it's shut, alright, and the water will be just kept in here. So back to our gristmills and dynamite. Oh, we actually already rebuilt this lumber mill. That's super good. And let me see the tunnel then. Alright, this is almost ready. We need like one last piece of power shaft. So yeah, top priority for that one. And yeah, everything will be connected with power. Oh, this is so good. That's going to be like so cool, hidden power shaft inside the cliff. And well, I suppose we shall also start planting the wheat so that we can actually process it in those gristmills, right? So plant crops, wheat, I guess on this side we can have some wheat, and well, I suppose we don't need that many carrots. I can see they are not even harvesting those. So let's just remove some carrots and we can replant it with the wheat again. And of course we shall not forget about the cattle as well. And looking at this area, I'm sort of thinking maybe we could connect like the zipline station with a bridge to this side, and we can connect it via path like so. I'm not sure if it's like needed or is going to help in any way, but why not? We can get like a couple of platforms, and we have this bridge. Is it going to? Oh, that's perfect, that fits. Okay, we can do that then. Yeah, probably remove this path, and let me see, the aquatic farmhouse. Okay, they can reach all the way there. So if I got stairs like that, would they be able to reach further? I'm not sure, but let's try it anyway. And finally the cattail in here. Alright, I'm loving this bridge at the farm, like having those cattle around it, it's just looking so beautiful, at least in my opinion. And well, our gristmills are ready. We still need to finish one bakery, but we can even unpause those, because well, yeah, the cattle that's ready to be harvested, and the wheat 90%. So very soon we can start getting the flour. And with that we can start baking. Okay, let's set it up. So get crackers, and you are going to bake some bread. I feel like I might need to grow the population again, because we need like 4 beavers to sit in these buildings. But first I wanted to actually come to this area again, to our irrigation ponds, because there is another flaw in my automation design. I sort of realized when I changed these floodgates to be automated with the depth sensor instead of the weather station, right? But it was automated with the weather station for a reason. I don't want these floodgates to be open during bad tides or droughts. And as I can see right now, they are open because the depth sensor is measuring that the water level in the reservoir is still like high enough. So yeah, they think they can be open, but no, that's not what I want. Well, the final fix for this, I think, is going to be getting another relay. I have it built over here. I'm going to set it to the AND function and basically say these floodgates are going to be open only if we have enough water, so getting the depth sensor, and also if we are in the temperate season. So let's automate it with the weather station. And let's change these floodgates to be automated with the relay. And as I can see, they are closing. Alright, so hopefully that's the final solution. I shall see how it goes in the future. And well, because I'm really loving this bridge over here, I'm sort of thinking maybe we can get some sort of bridge instead of this staircase that we've built like a long time ago. So let me get rid of this path and let's remove those. Let's see, can we fit the 3x1 or is it 2? I think we need the 2 and 3. Alright, something like that. That's going to look good. And then I'm looking at the scavengers. They have nothing to do. The ruins are gone. So you, my friends, are gone as well. We don't need you to be there anymore. And instead, let's move to our new scavenger outpost, let's say. Let's get again 3 scavenger flags. Like so. And yeah, higher priority. And finally, let's connect the zipline station to this one. So yeah, this shall be again accessible. Okay, let's maybe have a look at our lodges again. Like I mentioned earlier, maybe we can get another lodge and grow the population a bit more. And I'm sort of thinking around here we can actually just remove this old warehouse where we used to store the spider dog. And instead we can get another double lodge with the entrance like on top of here. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, we can do that. We can continue the path in this direction. And we shall be covered with like most of these decorations, or yeah, at least some I can see. Alright, so something like that. This lodge shall be covered by all the decorations again. And I'm sort of looking at the bench. I remember we have this empty little spot around here. Alright, the bedtide ended, temperate season is back, cycle 16 begins. So we have our new double lodge. We are almost at 60 beavers right now. The last bakery was finished as well, so baking our first bread. And I'm really liking how this housing area and the food storage turned out. I think it's really cool with those like houses carved into the cliff. Looking pretty cool. And yeah, we are at well-being 25 right now, which is amazing. I can see regarding the nutrition, basically everything fulfilled except all those maple pastries, but I will need to find a spot to plant those maple trees first. And over here, aesthetics, pretty much everything taken care of, so really good. We can maybe even have a look at some beavers and the bonuses they are getting. Let's see. Let's have a look at the farmer. So I can see working speed plus 100%, movement speed 30, life expectancy plus 40%. Really good. Next day, well-being 30. Alright, we will get there eventually. So with the temperate season now back, let's check maybe the automation over here. So yeah, these floodgates are now closed as they should be, because I can see the water level is slowly returning, but it's not at the level where it's safe to open these floodgates to refill these irrigation ponds. So really good. I think this works fine now. Scavengers moved over here already, gathering some scrap. Alright. And this beautiful bridge in the forest. Loving that one as well. And well, finally our dam. Still quite some work ahead of us, but some decent progress was made. I think we are like already halfway there to build it. Alright, with that, with the new cycle, that's just again a good timing to stop the video. So I'm going to leave it as it is. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day and goodbye.